Hi, everyone. My name is Cameron Bumbleburg. I am a MPH candidate in the environmental health field. And today I'm going to be talking to you about my poster over the SAFE2TALK app, which is a grant proposal for Mental Health America in the Wabash Valley region. So a little introduction to Mental Health America. Mental Health America was founded in 1909 by Clifford Beers and is the nation's leading community-based nonprofit that is dedicated to addressing the needs of those living with mental illness and promoting the overall mental health of all. Mental Health America's programs and initiatives fulfill its mission of promoting mental health and preventing mental illnesses through advocacy, education, research, and services. Mental Health America's national office and its 200 plus affiliates and associates around the country work every day to protect the rights and dignity of individuals with lived experience and ensure that peers and their voices are integrated into all areas of the organization. Mental Health America's work is guided by its before stage 4 philosophy. This philosophy states that mental health conditions should be treated long before they reach the most critical points in a disease process. So that's the general overlook of what Mental Health America is, and basically exactly what my grant proposal is working to help towards, but more on a specific scale here in Tippecanoe County. So our affiliate here in Tippecanoe County is the Mental Health America of the Wabash Valley region. So really this region serves Benton, Carroll, Fountain, Tippecanoe, Warren, and White County. So basically Tippecanoe County and then the surrounding counties around it. Some of the programs that Mental Health of the Wabash Valley region oversees are a 24/7 crisis lines, community service directory, rape survivors advocacy, survivors of suicide support group, and women who have been their support group. Mental Health America Wabash Valley region is overseen by a board of trustees with Charlie Shook as the board president and Danelle Gernhardt as the vice president. So going into why this is important. So this is why we established the needs assessment. So really, let's start with the characteristics of the target population. Overall, the target population that will be focused on for this intervention are high school age teenagers, ages ranging from 12 to 19. The program will be aimed at those students who suffer from general anxiety disorder, stress, depression, and or substance abuse. More specifically, we will be targeting students who attend the Tippecanoe School Corporation. Since the TSC is the major school corporation for Lafayette or in Tippecanoe County, and it encompasses a breadth of different cultural and ethnic communities. In the previous program, IU Health Arnett and Mental Health of the Wabash Valley region used the school system to promote their program and had success. So looking at Indiana as a whole for the needs assessment, in Indiana, there is a strong prevalence of mental health illness, additionally among the youth. The findings from the 2018 Community Health Needs Assessment of Tippecanoe County indicate that mental health was one of the top 5 concerns among residents. Within the assessment, 44% of the respondents indicated that social well-being was poor or fair, and over half of the respondents indicated some sort of mental health service. Additionally, Indiana ranked 29th among the 50th states in the prevalence of mental illness in youth. Over 15% of the youth in Indiana reported suffering from at least one major depressive episode in the past year, compared to the 13.84% of the USA average. An additional concerning statistic is that Indiana ranks 2nd in the nation for the number of attempted suicides by teenagers. Now, dwelling deeper into the county we're looking at of Tippecanoe County, within Tippecanoe County community, access to care is another issue within mental health overall, which is reflective of national trends. The previous needs assessment indicated that access to treatment and services is generally undermet due to low socioeconomic population. In addition to barriers, surveyed by Mental Health America found that students wish for more research, more resources, programs, or material around the topic of mental health. In 2020, over half, 53% of youth with an MDE or a mental depression episode did not receive mental health services. The use of mental health services in the community is apparent and much needed for not only youth populations, but many in the community. The development of a mobile application service can help to address the need of mental health service. Again, one of the top 5 concerns of Tippecanoe County. So like the last sentence says that this grant is looking to take a program and develop it into the app. So looking at the design of the phone, and we'll get more into this after I talk about the budget, but the original design was just a texting service between the student and a representative, and they can talk anonymously between each other about a certain mental health crisis. What this grant is looking to do is improve on that with the original SAFE2TALK services, but also allow them to have resources that are geared towards specific different mental health crises like stress, depression, anxiety, all those types of stuff. Because a mental health episode could be brought on by everything, and it'd be helpful to have all the resources right there together. So the timeline for this project that was come up with was that starting in January until May, that's the development of the SAFE2TALK app. That's where you come in, build the app, make sure that it's working, fix any of the app crashing bugs that will be most prevalent at the beginning, so that when August comes around with the start of the school semester, that the program can be implemented into the school system. So moving on to August of 2022, it'll be the implementation of the SAFE2TALK app into the target schools within Tippecanoe County. And so the plan would be to use a discussion to the whole entire student body and promote it, say, hey, this is available, or have like the school set up so that it's available through their web services inside their iPads or computers. And along with that, there's also some flyers that were made from my previous group that I've included in here on the bottom next to original design. That could be the QR. You can add a QR code to that would allow for students to go up to and scan and immediately download the app, so that they don't have to worry about going into the Google or iOS store and figuring it out. Moving on to December to January of 2022, it'd be the first real evaluation of the SAFE2TALK program. And I'll get more into the evaluation in a little bit later, but that's also when they can fix key issues. In January of 2023, there can go 2 ways here. They can just continue working within the surrounding Tippecanoe School Corporation, or they can try and work towards implementing into the surrounding 8 counties that Mental Health America of Wabash Valley region serves, and see if this brings a general improvement to the students, the adolescents. And then towards the end of their spring semester, the second round of evaluation based on the increased population size, if they went that way, or they do another round of evaluation, see if there is continued improvement within the original body, and then keep fixing any key issues. So the budget that we came up with is pretty simple. For the flyers, we just have one ream of paper, which is 500 pages of paper. It's about $7 per ream. Server generated, depending if you have one available, you can incorporate it into the app service that we are going to talk about. And so that could be free, or there's some that range up to almost $400 a year. So the app service that kind of was decided on is called AppyPie, and they go in and help you go in and build, and they have a dedicated server and all this technical so that you don't have much worry, and then the price is built into it. They also help with putting it on the Android store and iOS store, and those have come with some ones that Android store, it's only a one-time fee, whereas Apple is a rolling fee every year. And here they can send out the push notifications, they can fix anything, they can update the software. And so depending on which package they can go on, it can range from $400 to about $900 a year. So we're looking at, depending on how direction they go, we can go from like 407 to about 13.7 for $1,307, which is pretty cheap. And that's for like the whole year, really. We can ask for more, just like for anything that's not showing or we run into. And if we show some improvement in the students' mental health, we can use the remaining funds as like a continuous upkeep of the program. Moving on to the evaluation. There will be two solid evaluations throughout this project, and a possible third depending on the possible chance of expansion. The first evaluation will occur internally during the setup of the app. Mental Health America staff will help determine if there's any immediate bugs within the program and aid in the design and setup of the resources. The staff will also help test out the texting service to make sure adolescents are able to communicate anonymously with a representative on the other end. The second evaluation will occur in a rolling process with push notifications being sent out to users with surveys. The users will be encouraged to participate in the surveys in order to help Mental Health America promote mental health among adolescents. The survey will consist of questions that are aimed at collecting information like demographics, reason for using the app, which part of the app do they use the most, suggestions for improvements, and detailing any bugs that they come across. Outside the survey, Mental Health America will look at hospital data regarding those under 18 being admitted to the ER for suicidal ideation or any mental health crisis. Data will be analyzed at the end of the school year semester to see how well the program is going and see how does it correlate with the admittance rate at the hospital. And right below the evaluation is a survey that I put together to like kind of show how mental health will use these questions, and it'd be anonymous. There'd be no name, just age, demographics, and like the other questions regarding the app. The third evaluation will be similar to the second evaluation of the decision to promote the app into surrounding counties around Tippecanoe and conducted during the spring semester. If Mental Health America wants to continue in just Tippecanoe County, they can continue analyzing data from the surveys and hospital data like they were doing with the second evaluation. So for the outcome, furthermore, after successful implementation and fixes to the quality of life functions based on the user feedback, the app can be integrated into schools in the surrounding counties to further improve adolescent mental health. By building on the successful components of the SAFE2TALK program and adjusting the weaker components, more students will experience less suicidal ideology and mental health crisis. Pretty much wraps it up. I want to thank Brindy, who's the President and Chief Executive Officer at Mental Health America of the Wabash Valley region, for allowing me to use this project to help me learn to write grant proposals and allow it to be one step closer to possible funding. I want to thank my two partners, Camille and Rasani, for helping me review over the past 8 weeks. I also want to thank Dr. Andrea Di Maria and my Public 606 Interventions Group for helping write a paper during the spring semester, focused on the development of the framework for the SAFE2TALK app for adolescents. Thank you. And if you have any questions, let me know.